boleh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start with the second session, I would like to give some attention first, which is, ladies and gentlemen, there's a few rules to take note for you today, which is to ensure the ceremony will proceed smoothly. Which are, the first one, it is advisable to switch off your handphones or set them in silent mode. And the second one is the Q&A session will be conducted in the end of the talk of the participants, which is with us today in the IIUM library as well as in YouTube. You will give your answers by the provided microphone here, as well as for the YouTube, you can give your answers or inquiries in the comment section. Your cooperation is much appreciated. Thank you. So, before we start our second session, let's recite Surah Al-Fatihah. Amin Amin Ya Rabbal Alamin. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to extend a very warm welcome and gratitude to our distinguished speaker, which is Brother Hafez, which is the CEO and founder of LangitKita Apadilangit. And to all respected ladies and gentlemen who are present physically here today, as well as the ones that joined virtually. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh again. I am Nur Syahirah, your moderator for the second session of Human Talk Library today. Welcome to the library program, as in this event, we're presenting to you Brother Hafez Murtza, a talk on what's in the sky. It's all about science. So, without wasting the time, I would like to introduce some background about our speaker. Our speaker here is already smiling, so we're going to talk a little bit about him. So we started with his education. So his education background is, for your information, he's one of our alumni from IIUM, which is a graduate from Vivid Knowledge and Human Science. And further then, he's continued his study in astronomy education, astronomy for STEM, at the International Training Center of Astronomy, ITCA, in Bangkok in the year 2018, and in the year 2019, he furthered his education journey at ASEAN Astronomy Workshop for Teachers AAWT. So, moving on to the professional summary of our speaker today, as I mentioned earlier, he is the founder and CEO of LangitKita's Berhad, Apadilangit. He is also the president of Malaysian Space Initiative, MISI, Space Inc., Space Technology Company Board of Directors, co-founder of Malaysia Space Industry Consortium, MASIC, correct me if I'm wrong, Committee of Malaysia Space Library, National Tech Association of Malaysia, founder of Universe Awareness Malaysia Astronomy Education Program with Leading University and UNESCO. And he's also the National Coordinator for Astronomers Without Borders AWD. And to be surprised, he's also one of the speakers for ML Studio. So if you want to know about him, you can just click ML Studio and you'll find him talking about space. So I would like to welcome again. Okay, enough is enough. So I will pass the session to Brother Hafez in talking more about what's in the sky. It's all about science. So, Tafadhal Mashura.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, thank you, the moderators. I would like to convey my gratitude to the IIUM Library for inviting me today to be again with IIUM since I leave IIUM, I think, long time ago. And it is an honor to be here to share my journey and to, give some insight and input about what I'm doing and to encourage all of us to be, maybe not all, but a part of my journey. Because my journey is not my personal journey, but it is for our nation, it's for Ummah, and it's for our, and as Islam and Muslim individuals, we are related to space and sky most of the time. So during my session, it will be very leisure. I would like to have like if you have any question in between, just raise your hand or you can ask me. I know we have like presentation, right, at the end of the presentation. But if you have in your mind something that you want to ask, I think you can just raise your hand and ask directly if you don't want to forget the questions, right? Okay. Yeah. Talking about space and sky. Normally, space and sky have been forgotten quite a long time in our country, because most of the time we look in, I can say, I can say, what we call it, a horizontal side, not vertical. We look at the horizontal side. Kita pandang bawah aja, we don't look above, right? Because we don't have anything in that sky. Tak nampak apa-apa. We don't see any star. We don't see galaxy. We don't see, nebula, right? We don't have something that interests us to look at the sky. So we lost the stimulant to look at the sky. How our ancestors looked at the sky before. Previously, long time ago, nenek moyang kita, our ancestors, have a beautiful night sky. Ada langit yang sangat-sangat cantik compared to what we have today. Alright. So I would like to ask our floor today, how many of you have been in the most remote area with the stars like a diamond in the sky? Ada tak yang pernah pergi keluar kawasan yang paling jauh, tengok langit yang penuh dengan bintang macam berlian dekat langit? Any one of you? Oh, ada pernah? Kecil je kan? Normally, ada pernah tengok? Yang penuh dekat bintang ini, you can see one line, beautiful line of the Milky Way. Kita tengok tak Milky Way, our own galaxy. Yeah. Actually, we can have it here in not far away, dekat Kuala Lumpur paling dekat dengan kita. Nak tengok beautiful night sky without light pollution, full of stars, and you will sit down and wondering what is the purpose, and we can feel that we are humble, small in the universe. Because you can see much more bigger things, a lot of things dekat sky. Banyak sangat bintang yang selalu cantik, like a diamond in the sky. Ada lagu kan? Diamond in the sky. Okay, alright. So now, let's move forward. Can you have next slide, please? Okay. Alright, so the slide that being shared here is about, okay, before to the, okay, so in the middle of the photo is the beautiful Milky Way, we known as the Bima Sakti. Milky Way dalam bahasa Melayu sepatutnya bunyi Lagan susu kan? Kenapa nama dia Bima Sakti? Anyone know how our ancestors name our galaxy? Apa kenapa dia nama Bima dan Sakti? Where is the Sakti, the power? What is Bima? Have you heard about Bima before? Pernah dengar tak Bima? Those yang pernah tengok cerita sinetron Indonesia mungkin pernah dengar nama Bima. Bima. Okay. So previous long time ago, our ancestors they are Hindus, and when you look at the sky, they associate it with the story scripted in Mahabharata. Ada satu kisah dalam Mahabharata tau. Kisah perjuangan di antara orang kata apa pendewa dan orang kata orang kayangan dalam Mahabharata tu namanya Bima. Dia Bima ni dia pergi mencari dia. He is looking for the Trita Premsa Adi. It's a holy water untuk kekuatan lah to get some strength. So this one is a photo. Our ancestors put it as a fight between Bima and the sea serpent, naga laut atau ular laut. Jadi dia punya perlawanan tu reflect dekat sky. Okay, it's a long story by the way, you can find it anyway in the website. Tapi that's how our ancestors name our Bima Sakti, not as others, not as like European, they call it as a Milky Way. So this is the stars, where you go to the dark area, dapat kawasan yang sangat gelap, you can find beautiful stars above us. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit about me. You can see next. Okay, that's me. I want to be like almost leisure. This one I was invited by JAXA. JAXA is Japanese Aerospace and Exploration Agency. Kita kenal NASA. Anyone know NASA? Kenal NASA kan? Everybody know NASA. Kenal tak agensi angkasa negara kita? Have anyone heard about Malaysia Space Agency? Datuk Mazlan, yes, my girlfriend. Alright, okay, Tan Sri Mazlan kan? We have our own national space agency named Malaysia Space Agency, MISA. But this one I was invited by JAXA a few years ago before COVID-19 to visit their rocket launch facilities, tempat pelancaran roket. Tempat pelancaran roket ni mostly safe, heavily guard. Kena pastikan dia selamat because dia gonna launch a rocket. So a lot of safety need to be considered. But this one I was invited there, and then I can have beautiful photos lying under, in front of the Nagashima Space Center. And it's a real rocket actually. And pergi ke sana, tapi kena pergi ke Jepun, and then you need to take a flight down one island, it's Nagashima Island, bawah tu, and then you need to take a hydrofoil, a boat that can fly. A boat that can fly, the different boat. It's not like an aeroplane. You reach at purpose dekat one of the locations before Nagashima, take a boat, hydrofoil, to go to Nagashima. So this is my photos in JAXA. And how I was invited here is because of the contribution I will share, also presenting to the Communication of Astronomy in Public 2018. So the participant was invited to be there. And during that time, I still remember one of the sponsors that sponsored me here is now Tansi Bakar. Okay, so he sponsored me some of it to be here because the invitation comes quite late. Jemputan datang lambat, tapi I need to rearrange my flight tickets. Then rearrange the flight ticket, it will add some more, money. So Tan Sidok Bakar, this will come to help me be in the location. Alright, let's go next. Yeah, I think I want to share with you the video. If you can play the video, let's see the situation at the rocket launch facility. Can you play the video? Oh, tak ada. Okay, in Japan, when I was in Japan, we have a lot of friends. We need to mingle with all our friends there. Okay. Okay. Let's watch the video. They want the real rocket touch, the real rocket. Okay? So before they send it up to space, so they want the real rocket. They inside the rocket, and this is how the rocket, what the rocket lives inside the rocket. With the oxygen, and this is the media center. The rocket launch facility is there, and it was the most beautiful launch facility in the world. So we have my friend, Philippines, and Japan has a lot of space activities, space program. And Japan is a manga, Uchukudai. Okay, talking about space, how to encourage citizens and students to join in space. And Japan is Kibo, a model of a replica of Kibo. Kibo is a space laboratory in ISS by Japan. It's the biggest laboratory in space owned by Japan is the first rocket. Right? Look like a pencil. Usually it's just about 5 centimeters of jet and then you that one and it has bigger and bigger. Video my followers. Okay. So this one is I think it's a lifetime experience. Dan kalau kita pergi tempat macam ni ialah pengalaman yang mungkin we don't have more next time kan. Nak pergi saja kan. So there's a reason why. Normally when I go anyway, saya akan kongsikan. I would like to share all the experience. And you can ask what actually happening there, how I've been there, and what actually they are doing in their space activity. Alright, so that one is the video in Japan when I visited the Tanegashima space facility, space launch system there. Right, can we go next? Okay, and yep, recently I just come back from the United States of America, so I'm meeting with NASA for the NASA Citizen Science Leaders Meeting. Okay, it's a big meeting, and from East Asia, I'm the only one for the citizen science project because Apadilangit, my company has done a lot of citizen science projects. Part of it, collaboration with Japan. We are using Japan most sophisticated telescope. Kita gunakan teleskop paling canggih dekat Jepun yang ada dekat Hawaii. Teleskop tu besar, around 8 meters. Kita gunakan untuk classify the galaxies that be discovered by the telescope. Banyak sangat galaksi kat luar. Galaksi itu dibantu oleh Citizen Science Malaysia. We have a lot of citizen science. I will share about it later on. Maybe you also can participate. Okay, we are using the data. There's a reason why I invited to NASA. One when I was in Houston and also in Arizona State University last May. Okay, okay next. And yeah, that's me. Kat tengah-tengah ni ramai ya. NASA punya tu kena tunjukkan. Okay, show dia that's me. Okay, NASA Citizen Science Leader. Okay, dekat tengah-tengah tu meeting for discussion for next year. This year, 2023 October until 2024. What is the NASA activities and how we can share it to all the globe, around the globe, untuk everybody, human can participate. So wait for that announcement. Okay, next. Yes, not free for fortune. Kita dari mana kita datang, kita menyumbang kembali kan. Kita dia kembali ke UIA, the time having here, we've been with O6. Okay, during our observation, tengok bintang lah, maksudnya tengok bulan. Tapi most of the time dia datang ni hujan. Tapi we have few times and moment where we have students together, we stay until 2 o'clock in the morning, we discuss a lot of things, banyaklah yang kami kongsikan tentang space, teknologi angkasa dan juga tentang astronomy. Okay, so this is part of it. And recently I also was invited by Tan Sri Zul, okay, next. Okay, to discuss about more about this one and bring all the space related things to IIUM and so with collaboration with ISTEC. Right, so how we can bring Islamic astronomy, space technology to the mind of our young Muslims. How we can make our youngsters interested in STEM and space as well. Alright, so this is more about the discussion with the country. Alright, okay. Next. So the first basic question that I'd like to know, what do you think? Imagine world without stars and planets. Bayangkan kalau tak ada bintang dan planet. Okay. What will happen? What do you think? Kalau tak ada bintang dan planet, ada effect tak? Do you have any? Does anything happen or nothing? Ada berlaku apa tak? Kamu tak rasa apa pun kan? Ada tak rasa apa-apa? Kalau tak ada bintang, kalau tak ada bulan, kalau tak ada, orang kata apa, matahari, anything lah about stars and planet. Ada tak? Point apa? Kalau tak ada bintang, apa jadi? Apa sebenarnya bintang bagi pada kita? What actually stars and moon give to us for humanity? What the main thing that they give us? When looking at the star, yes, okay, tengok kat bintang tu cahaya merah, biru, kemudian jauh. Okay, what next? Kan? Tadi tu kan, kenapa nak kena fikir? Tak payah fikir lah, kan? Kita tengok cerita lain kan? What happened kalau tak ada tu? Initially, start from thousands years ago. Without stars, without the planet, we don't have most important things in human civilization. Apa tu? Next. Ini tak sikit kan? Tapi kalau tak ada semua ni, agak-agak apa ni tak ada? So, next. Time. Yes. Without stars, without moon, without sun, we don't have time. Because Allah kata dalam Quran kan, yas'alunaka 'anil ahillah qul hiya mawaqitu lin-nas. Ditanyakan kepada kamu tentang anak bulan. You can ask about the question moon. Qul hiya mawaqitu lin-nas. Say that is moon is the indicator to show time. Muwaqit asal kata al-waqtu, tanda ukur masa. Tuhan ajar dengan tengok langit. Kita belajar dekat sekolah, kita belajar kan tentang kalender tahun, betul tak? Ada dua kalender. First is the Syamsiyah, kalender matahari, the Gregorian calendar. Kita tahu kan kalender January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September sampailah December. And then we have another calendar, we call it Qamariah. Kan? Kalender Qamariah atau kita panggil sebagai kalender Hijri. Mula dengan apa? Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awal. Lagi? Rabiul Akhir, Jamadil Awal, Jamadil Akhir, Rejab, Syakban, Ramadan, Syawal, Zulkaidah, Zulhijjah. Tu 12 moon yang indicates how time happen around us. Kalau tak tahu tentang masa, orang dulu pun tak tahu macam mana nak ukur bila masa untuk tanam pokok, bila masa untuk berbuai. We in the equator dekat khatulistiwa kita beruntung sebab kita boleh ambil biji durian atau biji rambutan, we can take a seed of durian atau rambutan, put it under the soil, tak je, kita tanam aja, esok boleh tumbuh, boleh tak? Tapi kalau mereka yang ada dekat Northern Hemisphere or Southern Hemisphere yang ada winter macam now untuk Northern, macam mana nak tahu bila nak kena simpan makanan nanti musim sejuk tak ada makanan, kan? Bila masa nak mulakan bercocok tanam, when we need to start tanam pokok, because nanti kalau terlepas masa pokok kan ada dia punya umur, right? Kita ada pokok yang boleh berbuah cuma 3 bulan. Padi berapa lama? Jadi kita nak tahu setiap pokok, every plant has their own time. So we need to have the right time, the exact time to plant and to harvest. That one for our food punya bahagian lah, makanan kita kan. Jadi kita tak kena tengok time. And waktu tu orang yang paling dekat dan paling tahu tentang masa adalah orang yang duduk sebelah king, yang sit beside the king, beside the maharaja. Because he can read the future. Okay, bila masa nak tanam, dia tahu dah. Tengok pada tarikh ni, look at the stars, okay, that time, okay, after this banjir. So prepare, right? At that time. So star, moon berikan kita tentang time. And most of the time dalam Quran, cuba bagi share ni ayat-ayat ataupun nama surah yang berkenaan dengan space. Ada tak nama surah yang berkenaan dengan space? Surah apa? An-Najm lagi? Al-Qamar lagi? Asy-Syams lagi? Ahillah ni bukan ayat dalam Quran, Ahillah, okey, lagi apa lagi? Ada. Surah An-Najm, okey, An-Najm bintang. What? Duha. Duha space berkenaan dengan langit, kan? Tak lari. Wa fis samaa'i rizqukum wa ma tu'adun. Dan dari langitlah rezeki kamu dan kepada kami lah kamu dikembalikan. Rezeki Allah kata semuanya datang daripada langit. Okey, Allah kata betul. Maknanya we imagine that all our rezeki is coming from Allah. Okey? Kan? Jadi datangnya semuanya daripada langit. Mesti nak tengok logik mudah dekat situ. Okey, kita faham Allah is the giver. Dia yang bagi kita rezeki. Tapi kenapa Allah katakan dekat ayat tu tentang langit? Okey, kita tengok cara saintifik ataupun mudah. Kehidupan kita dekat bumi ni, okey, pertama ni kehidupan, kalau tak ada makanan, kita boleh hidup lagi. Kita tak ada air, right? Air datang dari mana? Hujan. Hujan datang dari mana? Awan dekat langit. Dan air hujan cukup ke nak seluruh bumi? Air hujan datang dari mana? Laut. Boleh tak kita ambil air laut minum? Tak boleh. Nampak tak how dia punya pusingan the ecosystem. Everything comes from the sky, drop down, and all things on earth benefit from the rain. Itu baru makanan, belum lagi lain-lain. Kan, dengan adanya makanan, with the rain, you have everything that you have. Even the oxygen. Kalau tak ada tumbuhan, tak ada air, tumbuhan tak boleh survive, dia tak akan produce oxygen. Still, plant need water. Okay, tak ada pakai air laut kan? Dia kena pakai air hujan yang ada kat dalam bumi. Alright, so that is about space and time. Siapa yang belajar tentang langit, siapa yang tahu tentang alam semesta, they will be among the highest one. That's the reason why all the developed countries, majority negara-negara maju mempunyai space technology. Because why? They can look at above, they can tengok daripada langit, apa yang perlu dibuat dekat kawasan mereka. They can send a satellite, look at the area, okay, kawasan ni ada galian, kawasan ni susah untuk apa, and then they can manage disaster and lot of things. And one more thing, our Earth is just one planet. Betul tak? Kan? Ada banyak lagi planet dekat dalam sistem suria kita. How many planet? How many planet? Yeah. 8, 9, 7, 8. Okay, 8 planet. Okay, bukan 9 eh? Alright. Okay, Pluto is still a planet, but considered as dwarf planet. Okay. So then, all the planets, now we have more than just one planet. We have exoplanet. Planet exoplanet? Have you heard about exoplanet before? Is a planet outside from our solar system. Planet-planet yang berada di luar sistem suria kita. Mean that the star that we saw in the sky, some of the stars, even most of the stars has planet orbiting them. Currently, with our technology, we discovered about 5,000 planets yang ada dekat within our neighborhood. Itu barang baru neighborhood kita. Mana each star is actually a sun for others. That's a good question. Kan? Kalau begitu, my statement just now, each star is a sun for others. Others tu siapa? Setiap bintang adalah matahari untuk yang lain. Kira matahari adalah bintang yang paling hampir dengan kita. Sekarang ada banyak bintang dekat langit. Some of the star ada planet dekat situ. And we keep discover more and more exoplanet. We have a lot of mission and tujuan ni adalah nak tengok ada tak planet lain dekat bintang lain. We are looking for other planet in other solar, in other stars. And we are also looking for, is there any planet that will be habitable? They also mean that, is there any possibility for other civilization? Adakah makhluk lain selain daripada bumi? It can be, possibly, if we discover them. But if we need to go through all the scientific process. Apa yang membolehkan makhluk dekat planet lain untuk survive. Because we know Allah gave us knowledge that even in the hardest place on earth, they still have a life. Pernah tengok tak dalam National Discovery, orang pergi dekat dasar laut with all the pressure where human can't stand with it, and then bawah tu ada volcano sangat-sangat panas, nampak udang berenang tengah air panas. Lalu kat air panas udang tu kita ambil letak dalam kuali dah goreng atau menjadi udang rebus kan, boleh makan. Tapi dekat dasar laut udang tu boleh hidup lah. And numbers of bacteria can survive. So how we define life currently is based on what we know around us. We will discover more if we go maybe in other planet or in the solar system. We will soon discover new things, and the life there is depend on what the environment. Bergantung pada apa environment dekat planet tu. If they have a life, we are still looking, we are still searching. Some of the question have been asked to me, macam orang kata, okay kalau begitu ada ke alien dekat luar? Cuba saya nak tengok, raise your hand. Can you share with me? Do you think we have alien outside there? Ada tak alien kat luar? Kita tak tahu ke? Ataupun macam mungkin, possibly, probably. Currently, with our civilization, sama ada manusia hari ni, kita baru maju, betul-betul maju after World War II. Bila World War II end? 1945. 1945 until 2023. All that time, during that moment, all the technologies come in. The computer, the AI, recently, all the new technologies come in. How long between 1945 until 2023? 100 years? Dah sampai tak 100 tahun? Not yet. Belum sampai lagi. Sama ada kita sejak daripada 1945 selepas perang dunia hingga ke 2023 belum sampai 100 tahun. Sangat-sangat kecil nak dibandingkan dengan age of the universe, kan? Billion years age of the universe. So, looking at that situation, if we go to the sea, kalau kita pergi dekat laut, kita ambil one cup yang kosong, kita ambil air laut tu, and then kita pegang. Okay, kita ambil gelas lah, nampak air tu. Ambil gelas, and then kita ambil air laut, and then kita pegang gelas tu. And then kita boleh buat kesimpulan. Dalam laut, there is no whale in the sea. Boleh tak kita cakap macam tu? Tak boleh. Kenapa? Kita belum jumpa lagi. Because our knowledge hanya besar that gelas je sekarang. Our discovery maybe lesser than that. For the timeline yang dah ada, maybe macam tu je. Masih banyak lagi kan yang Allah sediakan. Allah kata kalau Allah bagi nama kan, semua nama-nama yang ada dalam alam ni, kalau nak diambil air laut tu, tak cukup untuk ditulis semua nama-namanya. Kalau ditambah lagi dengan berapa? 7 lagi lautan pun tak cukup nak tulis semua nama-nama apa yang Tuhan dah ciptakan. Kan? Jadi banyak dan besar. Dan kita hanya baru ada satu gelas yang mungkin kurang daripada lesser than 1 glass tu. That's the reason why the curiosity comes to me. And I go and search for the answers. And when I look for the answers, at the same time I'm advocating the thing that I'm doing to create and spark curiosity. That's the reason why I name my company brand as Apadilangit. It starts with apa. It's a curiosity, it's a word, it's a question. Apa? Apa dekat sana? Saya kalau nampak something kan? Apa tu? So it starts with curiosity, because if you want to be advanced, if you want to be good in something, you need to have the knowledge. To get the knowledge, start from the question. Ask the right question, ask question, you will get the knowledge. Alright, so next. Kat sini je. So time, daripada zaman dulu, kita nama ni adalah, tahu tak apa nama ni? Apa ni? Stonehenge yang ada dekat UK, dekat Britain, okay, 1000 years ago. Ni before zaman Rome lagi dah ada batu. Alright? So batu ni adalah tanda, dipercayai, okay, people believe that it been used to show the winter solstice. Tanda bila orang Eropah, orang Northern Hemisphere, when they need to keep food, prepare for the winter time. So one time nanti matahari tu dari dekat tengah-tengah tu, because we know matahari is moving. Nampak macam matahari always rays from east, set dekat west kan? Nampak sama je? No, actually dia bergerak. Perubahan matahari tu, walaupun kita kata dia rays daripada matahari rise from east, tetapi east tu not actually right east. Dia ada bergerak sikit-sikit. Every day dia move. Okay, around 4 degree bergerak. And every day is specialty. So, same like solstice. Satu masa nanti matahari akan terbit betul-betul dekat garisan ni. The sun ray akan masuk dekat batu ni. Duduk tengah-tengah tu, wow. Kalau different day, akan dapat that one. Sama juga macam dekat Fir'aun punya, orang kata apa, piramid. Okay? Macamnya dia makamkan dia Fir'aun tu, ada satu lubang kecil, bila matahari masuk, that time tu adalah tanda kelahiran dia. So the sun ray tu masuk elok daripada timing tu. Because we know we can use sun to make sundial, kan? And this one, kita use the sun, bukan nak buat sundial, tapi gunakan the ray untuk tahu time. This one, Stonehenge. So every year, every year, this one ada foto, kita tahu mana tu pergi nak tengok, oh, betul tepat tak? Yes, every year is the same. That's how we know Earth is actually tilted 23 degree. Macam mana nak tahu ada perubahan musim, ada musim panas, musim sejuk, musim Europe, musim bunga kan, winter, semua tu. Bila kita tahu, oh actually Earth is tilted, dia sengit 23 darjah. Bila dia sengit 23 darjah, ada masa dia jadi sejuk dekat utara, ada masa dia jadi panas dekat utara. So this one, kita dapat tengok, oh this one adalah waktu ketika matahari betul-betul berada satu garisan, nama dia garisan jadi. And then dalam waktu tu matahari betul kat bumi tu, the ray tu akan tepat dekat situ, and then bumi akan pusing balik. Bumi akan pergi kepada belakang, maknanya kawasan ni akan kurang pencahayaan matahari. So they will have winter. So we know from there, because we have time. Bila tahu ni matahari kat situ, okay, now we need to prepare food. Semua kena simpan kerana musim sejuk dah sampai. So tak senang kan? Kalau tak prepare makanan waktu tu bukan ada dapat kereta. Waktu tu kan tak ada musim nak kata apa jahit, there's no refrigerator. Okay, next. Yes. So this one, since the beginning of the civilization, human are fascinated with space and sky. This one is Mesopotamia civilization. Jadi batu tu adalah batu berceritakan tentang comet Halley. Banyak mereka dah observe comet Halley this time. Okay, next. And this one from the Egyptians, they use the 3 stars yang ada dekat Orion belt. Anilah, Anitaka, 3 tu. Belt Orion tu untuk alignkan dengan mereka punya pyramid. So they are using stars. Okay, and next one, kalau dengan China. So China, this one, they are building sun. So they have the technology to look at the sun that time. Even though that time, according to the Western, the Galileo haven't yet discovered or invented a telescope. Telescope is the recent technology. Previously, even Muslim tak guna pun teleskop. Tak ada guna teleskop pun. Kita pakai calculation. So to be an astronomer, to be somebody that know about space and stars and sky, need to be good with mathematics. Right? Because everything works, shows in mathematics. Ada numbers, ada figures. So that time they are reporting for the sunspot. Sunspot tu apa? Dekat matahari kita ada satu spot yang sangat-sangat sejuk. Sekarang ni musim matahari tengah sibuk dengan sunspot. Within 12 years, kita panggil solar cycle. What happened between that time? Matahari sangat-sangat aktif, we call it sun active. Kita akan nampak banyak titik hitam untuk matahari. Titik hitam tu adalah kawasan yang paling sejuk, the most, cold location dekat sun, but not cold macam dalam aircon lah. Still panas, cuma dekat situ normally akan ada orang kata apa, magnetic punya tangle, and then it can be burst. Bila dia burst, dia akan hasilkan solar storm. Previously, those time ago, orang tak kisah pasal solar storm. Now, because we are depending with technology, it become crucial to understand the solar storm. Kalau dia hit Earth, kalau kita tak protect and we don't know the solar storm is coming, manusia akan cripple, the civilization akan lumpuh everything. Anything that use electronics tak boleh pakai. Bayangkan. Cuba sebutkan dengan saya benda yang tak pakai elektronik ada yang ini. Daripada sekecil-kecil perkara, keluar duit ATM, kan, pergi naik lift, kereta, sampai semua. Kita pun sekarang cashless kan. Tak pakai dan nak keluar duit kan. Kalau kena dengan hit dengan solar storm, tak boleh buat apa lah. Memang cripple. So United Nations Office of Outer Space letakkan, okay, we need to monitor the sun now, because if something happen to sun, we are cripple, lumpuh. Manusia macam kembali balik ayat yang diletakkan tu, kembali balik macam dalam batu. Because everything now, everything that we are using right now, kita pakai electronics, we are using electronics, GPS, satellite, semua. Every single phone that you use ada connection dengan satellite, ada connection dengan communication. Kalau semua tu down, macam mana nak buat? Kapal terbang pun tak terbang. Aeroplane can fly. Ship tak boleh nak navigate. Because now kita dah tak macam dulu tengok bintang kan, dia nak macam dulu. So we are relying to the electronics too much, and we don't know how to protect if the sun comes with a solar storm. There is another topic to discuss. Okay, so that is why Malaysia pun ada unit dekat UTM, they have institute for space weather. Ini kajian tentang cuaca angkasa. Kita buat space weather dekat bumi, cakap pasal banjir dan sebagainya dekat kawasan kita. Tapi space weather kalau dia kena pada kita, report. It's happened before. Pernah berlaku dulu satu bandar bergelap. Tapi zaman dulu lah. Sekarang it happen again, kita pun bergelap. Alright, next. Okay. Then coming Islamic civilization. Our golden time of Islam is the space. Kenapa Islam ambil space? Because everything in our 5 pillars of Islam kan, menggunakan space sebagai rujukan. Except one, syahadah. Syahadah kita boleh syahadah kat mana-mana, betul tak? You can say syahadah anytime. No need to have speed, no need to know what time. Okay? Tidur bangun kita boleh. Tapi mula dengan solat. We need to look at our time to solat, betul tak? Kita kena solat pada waktu ni kan? Dengan peraturan kanat al-mu'minina kita mampu tak? Telah ditetapkan waktunya, boleh tak kita sembahyang subuh waktu zuhur? Tak boleh kan? So dah ada timing, macam nak tahu waktu subuh? Jadi the universal way is to look at the sun. So start dengan subuh. Dalam falak tengok apa? Tengok fajar sidik. Fajar tu ialah cahaya matahari tu. Tengok fajar sidik. Okey, yang kedua tengok zuhur. Zuhur tengok matahari bila tergelincir. And then asar tengok panjang bayang 2 kali lebih panjang siang. Maghrib bila ada syafaq ahmar. Nampak warna merah dan keseluruhan matahari terbenam. Isyak terbenam semua matahari, tak nampak syafaq ahmar, gelap dia panggil ahmar, gelap, itu masuk waktu isyak. Every time 5 time prayers Muslim kita rely on matahari. Nampak tak? And apa yang kita dapat hari ini adalah observation daripada ahli-ahli falak kita. Ahli falak datang buat kajian, tengok okay, what time zuhur, mereka tanya. What time asar, mereka tanya. And we have almanak for falak punya waktu solat based on the observation of the sun. And tengok pula, nak tahu bila Ramadan, bila Syawal. Nanti kita tengok anak bulan. Right, you're looking at the crescent moon. So all, tadi solat, and second puasa, kan? And the third one, zakat. Ada hal, betul tak? And then the fourth one, Hajj. Hajj pun, we are relying on Islamic calendar. Boleh tak kita solat, boleh tak kita tunaikan Hajj during Muharram? Can we do that? No, we need to do Hajj when? Zulhijjah. So we need to determine, okay, when is Zulhijjah? Okay, because why? Because we need to know bila hari Tashriq, 10 days after the first day of Zulhijjah. If same thing for Ramadan dan Syawal, macam kita kena raya terpanjang itu kan? Okay. Tiba-tiba dah puasa. Tak, tiba-tiba raya. Macam tu. Tiba-tiba puasa, kepala je seorang kan? Kita tengah makan sikit, buat pengumuman puasa. Ini tiba-tiba raya. But everything in our daily life as a Muslim, we are depending on space, most of the time. The reason why, at the same time, bila Islam berkembang, we are expanding in the other, around the globe. We need to know every location different. And that's how we know Earth is not flat. Because by Islamic calculation, we know that kita tahu yang bumi ini spiral. Kita akan guna, those yang learn about falak nanti, kita akan gunakan the spiral trigonometry. We are not using normal trigonometry. Kan ada tu tangent, cos, sin. We are using spiral trigonometry to know about Earth, and we know Earth is sphere. From that, quite interesting kan? Macam mana agaknya orang dulu tahu ukur bumi? Macam mana orang dulu tahu ukur bumi? Before that, Eratosthenes, okay, is a Greek philosopher and also scientist. Masa tu tak ada satellite. You can't walk around the globe to measure the diameter of the Earth. They know, okay, Earth is sphere. Macam mana mereka nak keluarkan satu calculation that we can calculate the globe without latest technology such as satellite that we have right now? They use sun. Ada sun dekat satu tempat dekat Alexandria, dan satu lagi tempat dekat apa buat ni? Okay, they measure dia punya degree in between, and then they combine the degree tu jadi 360. They know, why that time matahari betul-betul atas kepala, tapi 300 meter down matahari tak berada atas kepala. The same time, because the shadow is different. Every time, every day, even though at the same time on Earth, even though the sun above us, dekat mana-mana pun kita pergi, shadow akan different. Hari ni shadow kita macam dekat sini. Time yang sama, orang dekat Indonesia, shadow dia akan bertambah panjang kerana dia punya kedudukan and bumi punya curvature. So from there, the Eratosthenes know that Earth is not flat, and he helped count the circumferences of the Earth. Nampak tak? Pakai matahari je, tak pakai pun kalkulator ke hantar satu. Clever kan? Alright, next. So then, banyaklah benda yang berlaku tentang space. Jadi ada teori pasal apa? Ni adalah geocentric that time. Ptolemy came up with the theory that, okay, waktu itu Christian percaya yang bumi adalah pusat alam semesta. Ada earth in the middle and the stars around it until Copernicus datang. No, sun is the center of the universe. That time the universe tu refer to the solar system. Now we know universe is more than just a solar system. Alright? At that time, sama je macam kita dekat bumi atau dekat mana-mana, dia berlawanan dengan pendapat Fadli. Jadi dia dipenjarakan hinggalah mati, dan tapi ideologi tentang heliocentric is correct. That's why we are using this. How we know it's correct? Because all calculation, our spacecraft, rocket, satellite, they go to the moon, they go to the stars, go to the Mars, are based on this model. That's how we can reach there. Kalau kita pakai model geocentric, tak sampai kita pergi ke Mars. Which I will touch after this. That one. Okay, next. Okay, so being in astronomy allows me to be in the location where unique. That photo, that side, adalah gambar dekat Boston Observatory. Ini adalah teleskop tertua dekat Asia Tenggara. 100 years. Dunia umur sekarang 99 lah. Tapi dia ni observatory. 100 years. Among the biggest one. Worked by the Dutch. Alright? And this one is when I was in Thailand. The biggest telescope in Southeast Asia is about 3.2 meters. Itu teleskop dia. Besar. Mereka tengok langit, dapat tengok discover a lot of things. Okay? When I was in Thailand, okay, this one is the sky. Kalau kita lampu kan nampak penuh bintang dekat langit. And this sky, we don't have it in Malaysia except in Sabah. Kalau pergi dekat Sabah, kawasan yang tak ada pembangunan, sky ni sky skala 2. Sky skala 2 mean what? There's no light pollution. You can have beautiful night sky, starry night sky, penuh sampai tak tahu nak tengok mana satu. That's why they built this telescope above this mountain dekat Jang Timur untuk tengok, untuk do observation. Okay, astronomy and space is interesting subject because we don't have, capacity untuk ambil sampel dekat bulan ke, dekat matahari ke, tulis. How we know the star consists of helium? How do we know the distance between each star? How do we know the star is moving forward or backward? How do we know everything? Macam mana kita tahu tentang pergerakan matahari, bulan dan semuanya? In astronomy, the sample is only two. Light and shadow. Dua je. Kalau bidang lain, as a biology, kita pergi amal, ambil apa? Ambillah katak kan, we bring frogs, we break frogs, betul tak? Kalau bidang botani, kita ambil apa? Okay, pokok, betul tak? Kan? You need to take all those things into the lab. But in astronomy, the laboratory is out above you. Dekat atas saja. So with light, kita akan tahu apa composition yang ada. Bila kita bakar sesuatu, kita bakar kayu contohnya kan, dia akan keluarkan different colours of fire. Different colours of fire show different composition, chemical kat situ. That's the reason why we know, okay, this star is consist of what? Because from this light, we know the spectrometer. Kita boleh baca daripada situ. Baca tengok cahaya dia. Orang asal ni dia tengok cahaya dia tahu, okay, this star ni besar mana, geraknya berapa tahun umur dia, panjang dia tidak, dia punya bergerak ke arah mana, we know the star. Even the age of the star, we also know. So it's quite interesting. We don't have to bring the material or the sample to our laboratory. Okay, the only laboratory is our eyes, and also some, basic understanding about universe. Okay, and after that, after manusia dah sibuk tengok dengan space, belajar tentang alam, astronomy and everything, a lot of things happen, tahu the reason why we do space, and suddenly we have this one. Anyone know what is it? Just like Okay, what does satellite name? What is satellite name? Nama dia adalah Sputnik. Yeah, Sputnik from USSR atau Soviet Union. 4th of October, the first satellite by human sent to space. Before that, nobody know how to send stuff to space. But Soviet Union discover how to send things to space. So the first satellite is Sputnik. That time waktu tu after World War II, okay, that Sputnik lalu ke atas langit Amerika Syarikat. Sputnik happened to move above the American soil. And that time everybody shocked. Dia bunyi beep, beep, beep. Nobody know what is it. Until a week later after that, the Soviet Union mentioned, we have sent the satellite. And then what happened? Semua orang Amerika terperanjat. Wow, we have something dekat space now, can look down. We can send things out. And that time, begin the space race. Amerika try a lot. Ambil seramai-ramai orang pakar untuk bantu develop Amerika punya space capacity. And that time adanya NASA. Okay, that time NASA not even yet established. Apabila John F. Kennedy mentioned, we need to go to the moon. Barulah ada NASA waktu itu. NASA is not just established for the reason. No, the reason is to fight ahead the Soviet Union that time to reach the moon. I was invited by National Planetarium a few years ago to meet with Charles Walden. Charles Walden, he is the ex-director of NASA. So I asked him about why America be such, developed in space technology. They say they have like a president that's brave enough to say something that time nobody know how to do it. What if nobody know how to send people to the moon? Nobody know how to make a rocket. Tapi American President waktu itu John F. Kennedy mentioned that we are going to the moon. Kenapa nak jadi pergi ke bulan? Kerana Amerika, Russia ataupun Soviet Union that time has already been in the orbit. First they send the Sputnik. Second, they send the Laika dog pergi ke space. Nak test, boleh tak manusia pergi tu? And then they send after that, Yuri Gagarin, the first human pergi. And that time America don't have capability, don't have a rocket to send things to space. That time. You know what they say? Okay, fine. If we try to beat them and do the same thing, we will be always number 2. Now how to be number 1? We need to do different things. We go far, we go to the moon. Where Russia atau Soviet Union that time need to think differently, because the orbital mechanics to go out to the moon is different than to go just to orbiting the Earth. It's totally different, because to escape the gravity from Earth is already challenging, and also to go to the moon is also much more dangerous, because to escape Earth gravity, setiap yang kita baling akan jatuh. Untuk balik lagi jauh, untuk keluar ke space, you need energy, you need force that can reach 11.2 km per second. Satu saat 11 km. That means from Gombak nak pergi Putrajaya is about 20 km, kan? Kalau satu second 11 km daripada Gombak nak pergi Putrajaya, how long it take dengan roket? 2 seconds to bring off high. Dah sampai Putrajaya. Senang kan? Dengan roket, you need big force and energy to propel you up to space, to to understand, to break the gravity. We call it escape velocity. Anything that go above 11, they will go throughout Earth, pergi keluar dari space. And dekat space pula masalahnya, kalau dah keluar, tak boleh patah balik. Sebab kat sana tak ada R&R, dia tak ada U-turn senang-senang. So we have orbital mechanics. All things must go round, and to go to the moon, you need to understand the path. Because spacecraft pula tak boleh bawa minyak banyak-banyak. So all spacecraft that been sent to space by NASA or ESA or JAXA or anything, pergi kat sana, Keluar dari bumi dah boleh matikan enjin. What? Because dekat space tak ada friction, tak ada daya seretan. So it will be flow terus saja. Kalau terlepas, tak boleh patah balik dah. And most of the satellite above Earth is orbiting Earth faster than the bullet. ISS contohnya. Satellite 90 minutes per revolution orbiting Earth. 90 minit pusing satu bumi. So dia akan ada dalam 16 minit dia tengok matahari terbit. Kalau dalam orang Islam as a Muslim inside the International Space Station, dia akan jumpa matahari berapa kali? 16 kali. Macam mana nak semayang 16 kali tengok matahari terbit? Macam mana nak buat? Ni dah 16 kali kita tengok matahari terbit, tunggu. Semua matahari terbit, payah. Dia pusing 9 minit, tunggu, payah. Jadi kita dia payah. Alright. So how? As a Muslim dalam tu kan, 90 minit satu pusing yang bumi. Setiap kali baru habis isyak dah masuk subuh. Kan? Cepat sangat cepat. Itu kalau orang tu sentuh. So how our fatwa come out? Okay, all the fatwa say any Muslim astronaut that go to space, the solar task is based on the location where they are sent to. I mean, if they send from America, so dia akan ikut waktu solat Amerika. Kalau dia send macam kita punya astronaut, our astronaut from Kazakhstan, so dia kena solat itu waktu Kazakhstan. So dia still 5 times a day. Tak boleh jadi, kalau tak jadi apa tau? 80 kali. 16 times 5, 80. Okay. So banyak tak? Banyak nak solat 80 kali pusing dalam hari. Tak buat apa je lah. Itu solat, tak masuk lagi nak tengok kat mana arah kiblat, tak tengok lagi yang lain. Tapi we have the capacity, we have the capability. Alright, so this one, okay? And then after that, America able to send human on the moon. So this is a photo of siapa? Neil Armstrong? Are you sure? Yeah? Buzz? This is Buzz Aldrin, not Armstrong. Tapi Armstrong ada dalam ni. Where is Neil Armstrong? Yes, itu dia. The Neil Armstrong is the one who takes the photo. The Neil Armstrong kan pakai helmet. That time Neil Armstrong is too excited. Dia turun, he hold the camera. Kita ambil gambar dia, kita take his photo, but he take Buzz Aldrin photo. But his photo is there, dekat the helmet. And after that, we have 12 humans on the moon. It stopped after that. 1972, tak ada siapa lagi pergi ke space because the cost to go to space is expensive, because everything, the fund is coming from the government. They stop. Alright. Stop until today. Tak ada siapa pergi ke bulan. Because mahal sangat, and that time America pula ada perang dengan Vietnam. So all the money need to go to the Vietnam War, and also at the time ada recession, economic recession, because to go to space take a lot of money. And the mission first is to make sure that human can land on the moon. Now they can prove that human can go to the moon 3 days journey from rocket Apollo, yeah. Okay, pergi ke bulan 3 days dengan roket. You know how big the rocket? Macam kita kaca saja, okay? 3 days. 3 bulan tau dengan roket tu. 3 hari, 3 bulan, 3 hari, 3 days. Jadi you akan pandang muka yang sama 3 hari tu. Okay? Alright, dah lah kecil kan, dalam tu pergi luar tak nampak apa-apa. Kalau kita dalam kereta Ivia, inside the car in the journey, we can see all 3 buildings, right? Dekat space, you can't see anything. You just see black, dark sky, nothing. Alright, you can imagine how they need to fight with the body. Namanya boring dekat situ kan. Dah lah tak ada internet kan. Itu kalau pergi bulan tak, kalau pergi Marin lagi lama. Keep for 2 days fun, okay? Imagine. Okay, so then what happened next? Alright, so this is the rocket. I've been in the United States for the Houston Space Center. Houston Space Center is the location where all NASA punya mission is being monitored. NASA has 2 HQ, one is Houston, another one is Canaveral, Kennedy Space Center. The Kennedy is to launch the rocket, and then all the space staff related ISS will be at Houston Space Center, and the one is the real rocket, still can fly, flight certified, and quite big. Ini di contoh dia, besar. This is mission control. Masa saya kat sana lah. Okay, Apollo mission control, I can sit inside the 5 engine untuk settle di. Kalau nak pakai lagi nak pergi bulan boleh. Tapi, you can imagine lah, masa nak move all these things. But then what happened? After that, apa jadi dengan space? Astronomy tetap jalan. People are still looking above. Tapi technologically, human want to go out to reach stars. And then they built International Space Station. 17 countries collaborate. Kalau dulu government between USSR and also American, and now 17 countries collaborate build this together. International Space Station, the biggest laboratory in the world dekat space. Yang kita punya Dr. yang berapa syukur pergi. Dia tak pergi bulan tak. He's not going to the moon. He's actually going here. 300 km to 400 km above us. You can see in the night. Kalau ada application, you download the application dekat dalam apa tu Play Store ke ataupun Apple Apps kan, boleh tengok. Detect, dia lalu dekat LangitKita. Very fast, 90 minutes per rotation around Earth. This one is the biggest laboratory. But then, it will be decommissioned. Dia dah nak, umur dah nak tua dah. Nak tengok macam ni kan, macam mana dia bawa semua benda-benda ni. Banyaknya barang kat space. And then, they bring to work using that one. Behind me is the spacecraft, space shuttle. Mungkin I'm not sure siapa pernah tengok space shuttle launch. But during my time, I still watch the space shuttle. Space shuttle is the, orang panggil apa, dia macam kapal terbang dekat atas tu, bukan bawah tak yang atas tu. Belakang dia ada bay macam lori, boleh letak barang. Jadi, all the ISS punya modul, dia letak dalam tu, and then dia tinggalkan kat space. Then dia sambung-sambungkan, dia integrate all the modules kat space tu. That one. And the space shuttle has two, historical event yang dia meletup. Challenger and also saya tanya satu lagi. Meletup tiba-tiba. Satu yang pergi meletup, satu lagi balik meletup. Alright? And after that, dia pun ISS dah siap, finish, di komersial. Dah tak pakai dah. So dia akan jadi terpikir kat situ. And now, we have another one, new one, latest space station is Gombak from China. We call it an Apple space station because it's too sleek, too nice, I think, better than ISS. Dia macam hotel kat space because the recent technology. And the only country that send their own space station and become a bigger and bigger and bigger. And this one is a collaboration between countries. The ISS is between 17 countries, and this one is only one country. And China is inviting everybody to come to their space station to do research. Apa research nak buat kat sana? Macam-macam research nak buat. Why we do research in space? Because in the United Nations and also human exploration, we have one thing, one document besar tau. Kita ada document of human space exploration map. Why we have that map? Because we as a human plan to be an interplanetary species. Maksudnya apa? We want our species, our human, to stay in other planets. Kalau dulu, our ancestors become sailors, dan jadi pedagang, buat kapal, pergi ke new continent. Pergi ke benua baru, tengok kawasan situ, okey, tinggal berletak dekat situ. Mereka Apadilangit, Columbus, pergi ke Amerika, right? So they discover America, they build America, and they build other continent as well. So pergi benua baru untuk bangunkan. And now, semua bumi dah terbuka. Most of the earth surface have been explored. The new exploration is out there, space. Because space gives us, it still have a lot of things yang kita tak discover. So this one, there's the reason why we need to understand how to work in space, what research we need to do space, they have a space laboratory. But that's not stop there. Because this one is funded by government. Now is the next era of the space where commercial coming in. Okay, next. Okay, this one patutnya ada gambar ni, tak bergerak kan, tak apa. This one is JWST. Sepatutnya ada GIF, dia folded. Okay, dia folded James Webb Telescope. Kalau siapa yang pernah tengok the latest image from the James Webb, very beautiful. The James Webb Telescope adalah teleskop yang paling canggih, the most sophisticated telescope being sent out to deeper space to search for the earliest galaxies. We are not talking about stars, because stars dalam galaxy. But this one is the galaxies yang lahir mula-mula dikatakan macam Milky. Tapi bila dia jumpa, dia jadi pelik. Macam pelik pula. Macam teori Big Bang itu tak betul. Still under discussion. Okay? Because we know from the Big Bang theory everything expanding. Tapi apa yang dijumpa macam lain sikit. Macam itulah. Okay, but still in discussion. Okay? That part. Okay, next. After 54 years, after that, lepas 24 tahun manusia tak pergi ke bulan, is one big mission. They are going back to the moon. So this one is Artemis mission. So in a few years ahead, we are going back to the moon to next to space. After all the mission, semua tu sekarang dah masuk commercial, all the companies come in. Kita nak bawa manusia pergi tinggal dekat bulan. Artemis mission. Okay, this one is SLS, the latest rocket by American, the NASA rocket, untuk hantar manusia pergi ke bulan. Tetapi ini tak cukup besar sebenarnya. Dia ada lab. Kita ada misalnya Artemis state, ada kat sini. Ada mission. Yang pertama mission pada last November, they already successfully sent this rocket to the moon. But the rocket didn't land on the moon, it's just for the testing. The Artemis 2, November 2024. The Artemis 2 mission is a mission with human to go to the moon, but they won't step on the moon. They just want to drive the spacecraft. This one, Orion. Boleh masuk dalam tu 6 orang, pergi ke bulan, patah balik. Kita tengok ni. Okay, so this the crew, okay, yang akan pergi ke sana, tapi tak turun. The next one will be on next. Kita ada video nampak lah Artemis 2. Saya buat dalam video kan. Tak apa, nanti kita boleh tengok kan. Kita boleh nak. Okay, this one. Artemis 2 punya route. Dia pergi ke bulan, nombor 7 tu, dia tak mendarat. They didn't land. They won't land. They will go fly by the far side of the moon. Dia di belakang bulan, kita tengok. Because untuk pergi ke bulan, recently we discover ada water. Yeah, we discover water dekat bulan. And also proved by numbers of space agencies like Indian, Japan, American, European discover water dekat bulan. So most of the water located dekat south pole of the moon, bahagian selatan bulan. So the Artemis mission will land on the south pole and build a human habitat dekat bulan. Berapa lama? Lagi berapa lama nak tengok manusia berada dekat bulan? Semua kena. 2025. Berapa tahun lagi? 2 tahun. Pernah tengok tak cerita manusia pergi tinggal kat space? Pernah tengok kan cerita yang manusia pergi ke space? All those movies, science fiction movie that we saw, soon will become reality. That time we don't can imagine. We can't even imagine we have this kind of phone, kan? Dulu tak pernah jangka. Dulu kita nampak telefon makin besar-besar sekarang dah macam ni. Even now ada hologram, ada AI dan macam-macam yang we can't imagine how technology will look like in the future. The same thing go to space technology. In the future, what we saw in the movie will be a reality. So what we are looking now, we are in the age of, we are looking human going back to the moon, land on the moon and build a human settlement ataupun human habitat on the moon. And that time, there will be, oh saya orang bulan. Banyak orang bumi. Ataupun if you want to be in the moon, kita dekat bulan nanti, sentiasa nampak bumi kat bawah. Kan? So macam mana hukum syarat kat sana, nanti akan ada pembahasan dipanggil sebagai fiqh mu'asarah. Nanti kita bincang lah, nanti ada tekah kita bincang macam mana kalau dekat bulan ni, macam mana nak solat nak menghadap bumi ke? Kan? Macam mana waktunya? Kalau waktu biasa kita tengok bulan ni, bulan digunakan alat sebagai alat untuk indicate waktu. Tapi kalau dekat bulan nak rujuk ke apa? Dekat bulan rotate Earth 29.5 days per month. Satu pusingan. Jadi kita nak tengok satu bulan dekat bulan berapa bulan? Ya. Macam tu. Macam nak kira kalender bulan? Kalau dekat bulan, adakah ikut kalender bumi? So, it's a lot of things need to be, taken into seriously. So, if a Muslim tak be a part of it, those yang start pergi sana nanti dia akan letak bendera. Betul tak? Kan? And then what they will claim, okay, we already have the technology, so we can harvest moon. Because moon ada benda yang tak ada dekat bumi. Dia punya regolith. Regolith tu apa tau? Tanah batu kat bulan tu yang boleh dibawa balik ke bumi. Yang benda tu tak ada dekat bumi. Ada banyak lagi material dekat sana. Yang banyak material dekat space yang lagi mewah daripada apa yang ada dekat bumi. Contohnya, kita tengok next. Ini adalah contoh lah. Ini contoh habitat manusia dekat bulan. Itu adalah habitat dia. Kemudian ada rover, ada kata pressurized rover. This will be the first one. Okay, dia akan ada dekat bulan. Ini Amerika punya dan juga sekarang ada 32 buah negara dah bersama dengan mereka. Maknanya setiap negara akan bantu lah Dan dia bukan negara sahaja, it's not just about country, it's also about company. Nowadays we have numbers of companies, private, actually contributed towards this. Remember how tanah Melayu dulu yang datang ke sini adalah bukan kerajaan Belanda, bukan kerajaan Inggeris, tapi apa dia? Syarikat Hindia Timur. Bukan kerajaan Inggeris yang datang, benar tak? Itu adalah government yang datang, okay, I bring my army. No. Lepas dari kerajaan Melaka jatuh, itu masa kerajaan Melaka, kemudian adalah syarikat yang datang untuk berdagang. Akhirnya syarikat jadi besar, jadi sebesar-besar syarikat hingga boleh berperang dan mendapatkan negara. Bayangkan, powerful that company. Macam sekarang kita ada the biggest company yang ada dalam dunia. Contohnya apa? Google. Contohnya apa? AI. Contohnya apa lagi? iPhone. Contohnya apa lagi? SpaceX. Contohnya apa lagi? Tesla. All our leaders go and meet all these leaders of the company to bring their company to the country. To get what? To get investment. Oh, dia mana lagi? Okay, alright. Macam tu banyak. So now the private company go out to space, they will claim everything there. Okay, alright, next. So ini dari China. China pun canggih juga. They will use robotics. International Lunar Research Science. So they invited Malaysia and also Artemis. So for me, I also participate in Artemis punya program, discuss about it and also get invited by China as well. Kita Malaysia still in between nak join yang mana satu. But we can join both actually. Okay, next. Alright, this one is the latest one by SpaceX. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, this one. This one the latest rocket by SpaceX. Okay. Ada video sebenarnya nak tunjukkan. Kalau kita boleh tunjukkan satu video kan roket yang paling canggih ni kan by SpaceX. Kalau kita dapat tunjukkan satu video. Kita dapat. Okay, that one. Yang dua tu. Mana? Yang ada dua. Ya. Okay, tak ada dua. Kita cancel. This one. More rocket. Ini ada roket. Roket juga. Itu bisa tu dia letak. Bisa roket yang roket. Okay. Roket is from Elmas Liberty. Saya letakkan langsung. Ada kamera di kanan. The one is the main thing. It's not the person. Tengok dia buat. Our next visitor. Bisa pergi kapal. So don't panic kita dekat kereta tu. Dia tarik adalah testing the certain habit of cat. Tapi the most important part ni adalah mengajar. Tengok macam tu kita. Kita dah masuk the only house, the only home yang kita ada. Kalau kita rosak, kita buat macam-macam. Okay, so itu booster. Kami dah dulu ada landing. Tengok. Automatic tak? Tak ada apa-apa. Kita akan mendapatkan tempat yang kita nak di udara. Kita nak real. Itu dia. Masuk ke atmosphere. Dia di mana? Satu benda yang sebelum ni, one thing that before this, all of the scientists think that it has been done to land the rocket back, to make rocket reusable. Something that is possible for most of the rocket scientists. But with the hard work and belief, the Elon Musk team, the SpaceX, are able to do so. To bring the rocket up to space and land it back to the place where they want it. And that makes a rocket reusable and cheaper in the future. Apa insight behind that? Okay, kita dah kemarin, apa insight itu? Before this, kita semua tak boleh naik kapal terbang kerana kapal terbang mahal. Betul? Dulu tak ada Air Asia. Sekarang ni ada kapal terbang yang murah macam Air Asia dan banyak lagi. Soon akan ada banyak lagi syarikat roket yang akan roket tu boleh pergi balik ke darat. Before this, roket kalau dah pergi ke angkasa, jatuh ke laut, kena beli balik. Jadi cost nak bawa satu biji burger is $4,000. Okay, $4,000. Satu burger. Kalau awak nak makan burger kan, menyediakan burger $4,000. Okay, now with this rocket invention, boleh pergi dan mendarat balik, everything become cheaper and cheaper. Not just SpaceX, we have more companies doing the same thing. From China, India, and others as well. So soon, going to space is no longer a privilege macam kita kenal dulu. Dikatakan within 2035 kita akan kenal salah seorang antara kita ni mesti akan kawan. Kerana mudahnya nak pergi ke space macam we can fly and we can go to space. Right? Second next, before we end, okay, just ni pegang dia punya screen, apa tak? Pegang dia punya screen untuk control tu. Itu titanium tu. There are only two rocket SpaceX yang ada kat dunia yang dipamerkan. One is kat Houston and the other kat SpaceX punya center. Okay, next. Okay, that one is the latest one. Jadi roket ni boleh masuk 100 orang. Tu atas tu boleh masuk 100 orang. Still ada development. Hari tu dia naik meletup tapi dalam testing. Tapi dia are able to achieve certain mileage untuk testing. Soon we will have this one. And dia kan bila dapat terbang lah. So once dia ada the transportation to go to space, you can imagine how easy human to go out of Earth. Okay, next. Okay, so the idea next. Okay, so nak tunjukkan bumi tu je. Apa bukan bumi? Asteroid yang lebih mahal harganya daripada semua emas yang ada kat bumi. Yang tengah. Baru saja pergi baru-baru ini dah hantar. Tapi sebelum I ended my session, I just want to share something important about us. Where are we? Malaysia. In this. Mungkin ramai yang tanya kan, Malaysia kat mana kan? Apa Malaysia buat? Betul tak? Give me some time for that. Okay, thanks. Okay. So Malaysia ada Malaysia Spaceport baru saja. We just launched our Malaysia Spaceport where we already put key economic growth activity KEGA and space. Main. Space will become focus for the next few years. Okay? And for that, our Prime Minister recently on May we just launched our message. Malaysia Space Exploration 2030. Malaysia Space Exploration is not to send astronauts to space, but to build the space industry. And we just launched our massive establishment of Malaysia Space Industry Consortium. So me and also my company is one of the co-founder of the consortium, where we hope to drive Malaysian space industry to build a space cadet from our country. And to contribute towards GDP 3.2 billion and to provide about 500,000 jobs. for Malaysia. This is what we're looking at, 2030. So now is the time. Alright, if you want to venture into space technology, understand about satellite, rocket and everything, you don't need to be in science stream. Tak boleh jadi dalam bidang science. Because I'm actually not in science stream. Nanti bertanya my story. I'm not coming from the science stream. Yeah, I'm involved in space science technology. And another company of mine, kalau you tahu yang baru-baru ni, SpaceX baru naik, hantar Pico satellite. It's also my other company. Company saya juga, kami shareholder dan juga director dalam tu. So we send the Pico satellite. That one is the company dengan SpaceX ataupun spin off daripada USM. Yeah, no need to be, I mean not necessarily to be in the science field. Tapi kalau minat, you can be. Okay? Okay, so this is my company ni video, tak pernah kita tengok kemudian. Alright, so dia my academy, connect, okay, banyaklah aktiviti. So anything about our company, my company activities, you can find me in LinkedIn ataupun dekat YouTube ML Studio macam our moderator mentioned just now. Most of the space punya, the latest about space technology, okay, and discussion will be with me, and sometimes mostly also ask me to help, share about the latest country punya space industry. And this part of the citizen science where public can involve in be a part of the researchers. Recently I was invited by the embassy of the France to discuss about France and also citizen science. So this one kita ada banyak lah aktiviti citizen science yang extraction ni nanti siapa yang berminat nak cari asteroid, nak bagi nama asteroid, boleh join nanti. And also space radar, this one we collaborate dengan NASA. Okay, so keep update dengan my activity dalam Apadilangit, okay. Boleh cari dekat mana-mana, we have in all social media, ada dekat semua social media. Boleh tanya saja tentang space, my team pun ada, and we also invite everyone to be a part of the team, because we open the community, to be a volunteer, to be a, kalau nak train as a intern, ataupun nak jadi tutor, we can train, okay, as long as you have the interest. Because I know where I come from, not necessarily you have the, keep study in that area, tapi kalau ada, I can say, ada determination to learn, that the person that we are looking for. Right? Space is hard, tapi space susah, tapi those with the courage and determination will be there. Right? I think we have enough time for that. Okay? Thank you so much.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Brother Hafez, for the insightful sharing just now. And I hope everyone also have something new, because I am so speechless to say anything now, because it's everything new to me. So now we're moving on to the Q&A session. If anyone has any question, you can just stand up or just raise your hand and just throw the question.
Yes.
What makes you interested in exploring the space?
Okay, what makes me interested to join this? Okay, it starts from my young age, where it starts from my young age, where I already fascinated with space a lot. Because space gives me, strength and courage to explore. But looking at the space, most of the space technology show advancement. Dia kadang-kadang cukup maju, betul tak? Sebab ibu dan juga adik-adik kan, mungkin ada di antara adik-adik kalian yang kecil lagi memang suka dengan space. I believe most of them dah tahu pasal space more than biology. They already embedded in themselves. Kalau pergi ke kedai-kedai, baju kanak-kanak lelaki, most of the kids shirt adalah pasal space. Betul tak? Ada tak apa itu DNA space? Tak ada kan? Rocket. And they know space. It's already there with them. Why suddenly dia mati ataupun dia stop? Because there's no guideline where to handhold them. So what we did, what we do di Apadilangit, we handhold kids. We have a lot of kids yang memang enthusiast dengan space. Parents tak boleh nak jawab soalan pelik-pelik. Do we have black hole? Do we have white hole? Kan? Ada banyak soalan pelik lagi. Soalan yang pelik macam yang baru saya dapat, okey. Katanya nanti ring of Saturn akan hilang, ya ke? Yes, it will. Dia bukan hilang, actually dia pusing, dia kita tak nampak. Jadi a lot of questions our kids ask. Same with me when I was young. I have that curiosity. I want to know. Okay, and that time pula in my math book, buku matematik kan, ada kotak-kotak kan. Apa yang saya selalu buat ialah buat yang time curve tu. Saya tengok tak time curve yang gravity kalau letak atas kain dia jadi macam bentuk tu. Saya suka lukis that part and I explore. And that time because saya suka sangat dengan sains, even though my mom masa tu kata pergilah belajar tentang sains. Because that time fokusnya jadi lawyer dan sebagainya. Okay. Jadi saya ambil buku sains, beli sendiri buku sains, I will go to the library, baca sendiri. From there, kumpul minat and you need to have mentor. Okay, kalau you ada interest in something, find your mentor. They can be anybody within that space. So my mentor, I have numbers of mentors. One of it, Sultan Sri Mazlan. And our, I have numbers lah, dalam space ni ada banyak. Ada space technology, ada space ni. Even in my career, before ni, kalau ikutkan myself, I bukan orang yang berani bercakap kat depan. Look at my profile, I'm now talking dekat United Nations, talking dekat government. Saya bukan orang yang berani bercakap, masih menggigil. I still remember, sekolah kalau cakap kat depan memang menggigil, penuh. Ya Allah, kan, takut. Same, semua sama. Tapi yang menjadikan berani adalah exposure, mentor, yang bukan sekadar macam pergilah, no. Bimbing. So find your right mentor that can bring you up, know your potential. Your mentor will help you do that. Most of the time, kita tak ada mentor. So kita tak tahu mana kita nak pergi cari. If you know what you want to be in the future. I'm not in the space area before, in the space industry. I don't have opportunity to go and learn about satellite. By now I have a satellite company. By now I've been in the space. I've been in the space center. I've been working and talking with the space regulators yang orang buat pasal space tu. Hari tu kan tak lagi. Tapi most of the time I meet person, even in international, sama je. Mereka tak ada latar belakang space tapi very interested kan, dengan space. Or maybe ada different industry as well. Siapa yang ada minat, we are in the age of those with talent and also interest, we can go further. Kalau kerja, kita tak minat dengan apa yang kita buat, kita hanya ada dekat situ je. Jadi kalau kita minat, we will do more than what we others can do and we achieve more. So my advice kalau untuk adik-adik semua tu, kita semua kalau ada minat, pursue your interest and develop, find a mentor, find a way.
Any other question from the floor? Okay.
Apa ada tadi?
Yes.
Salam. Thank you so much. Quite interesting question. Okay. You know, I study in RT before, right? Legal knowledge. Okay. Apa mungkin student-student yang baru kat sini tak tahu ada fakulti legal knowledge dia. Ada Quran Sunnah, political science, kami political science as well. When I was before almost nak graduate dulu, saya sempat sama. Kita ada research center kat sebelah kan. Saya ambil research center, pergi cari ada tak ruang untuk saya belajar untuk buat research. So I get research from Mosty, I go ke rumah dekat camp Bodyburn. Pergi tanya pasal soalan sains. Budak artis tanya soalan sains tu tak ada. Orang kata apa, orang dekat camp Bodyburn tanya, Tuan, adakah 360 hari itu 1 tahun? Adakah 10 planet dalam sistem suria? Macam-macam soalan. Semua macam, and then I know, okay, how is our science competency atau literacy. Thank you for the question, for ini talking about citizen science. Mungkin it's a totally new thing here for the participants about the science masyarakat. Apadilangit has been with citizen science quite a long time. We work with NASA, JAXA, and now the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan. And now we're working together with numbers of libraries. Among which kita ada dengan IIUM, mungkin kenal dengan Puan Farah Warida kan? Okay, dengan UM kita ada dengan Dr. Yanti. Okay, so they are our R&D team in Apadilangit. And we have more. We work collaboratively juga dengan Academy Science Malaysia dan juga IOST because we are trying to build data center for them. Okay, so how Apadilangit run our citizen science project? First of all, based on the concept of we must have something big that interests public to participate. We know from our side, our core business is space. And if we show and project the right way to the public why they need to participate to that citizen science project, they will. So what we do same as a marketing as a real business do. Kita buat marketing sama macam business. Kalau kena buat iklan, it's not just a normal iklan macam research ni iklan tau. You know why research ni iklan? All the wording is there, banyak-banyak tulisan sampai kita pun tak baca kan. Right? And then put the real USP, why you need to join us. What is the benefit? Okay, so that part. So for our Apadilangit Citizen Science Project, we do with NAOJ, National Astronomical Observatory of Japan, to classify the galaxies. So we are able to get more than 1,000 citizen science around Malaysia, with a number of 340,000 galaxies classified by our citizen scientists. Kita ada 300,000 data galaksi yang diklasifikasikan oleh rakyat Malaysia dengan menggunakan data. So now last week we discussed dengan Dr. Yanti and also Farah and also Dr. Apadilangit. Our Professor Apadilangit is the black hole queen. Kalau kenal, dia adalah Malaysia punya astronomer yang menemui black hole. Okay, so we work together with her to come up with the citizen science project for Malaysia. So still in progress. So the way how we approach our public totally through social media, or we craft accordingly to the marketing strategy. Apa yang perlu untuk bagi poster itu menarik is not based on what we think is interested, but the important thing is what public think interested. So they can click. I mean, we can test. I mean, as a researcher, we can test. Bring out the poster, cuba tengok poster ni menarik ke tak. Kadang-kadang kita nak masuk dalam semua. It's normal. For my side pun juga sama. Kita kalau boleh nak letak everything inside one poster, everybody will read. Right? Kita tak ada apa tak pun. Kan? Kita nak tengok apa yang penting. What they want to, what they will get. That's the important part. So to be a citizen science, to engage the public, to join us, we go back to the psychology how people buy. We are selling an idea. You need to join us to help collect data. So how to get them, they buy the idea, I want to be a part of your research. The psychological part. So what we do in our part, because Apadilangit is also a business company, so we already have like, okay, this is suitable for, to help people to understand why they need to participate to that citizen science project. So because our citizen science project, we collaborated with Japan, and also they have like what we call unique selling point, why they need to join. Ada lah macam dapat sijil, ada staff dan sebagainya. And Apadilangit always announce and also appreciate those yang join. We make a community. People like to be, appreciated, right? So how we get them appreciated is totally important, because sometimes what we find out, seorang feel appreciated, dia akan create more people. Then we bring more people to join you. So we create more leaders, we create communities, and then we get thousands citizen scientist for 1 month. Yeah, we do a lot of classes as well, free. Nak belajar cara, that class tak directly pergi kepada citizen science. Kita pergi something, okay, you want to know about galaxy? Okay, we have a free classes about galaxy. You can join us. And then after that, okay, so if you want to know more, we have this project, we have upsell. So I use some marketing strategy word. Because at the end of the day, we all of us are selling things. Either we sell idea, we sell knowledge, or anything. Still go to the same psychological part. Why people take action towards your idea. Right? So, mostly orang yang meniaga pandai. Itulah. Kita tiba-tiba tengok duit dia. Walaupun tak penting. Macam itulah. Alright? Okay. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Brother Hafez, for the answer. So, I think there's no more questions. So now I would like to invite Dr. Syarifah, the Head of Department of Library and Information Science, to give some token appreciation to Brother Hafez.
Thanks.
So, Alhamdulillah, this marks the end of the second session for Female Library Talk for the Librarianship 2023. So, before we end with Tasbih Kafarah from Surah Al-As, I would like all the participants in the room to have a photography session with our speaker. So we end our session today with Tasbih Kafarah from Surah Al-As. Thank you, everyone.